Hey, hey. So today we'll look at another tool within Logos under passages, and that's the text comparison tool. The text comparison tool allows us to see different translations and how they reveal different interpretations of the original text. The agenda is to look through this feature, how it works, how we can manipulate it, and the modes of application. So how do we use it within seminary? Or potentially how do we use it within a ministry setting? So let's dive right in. If you go to tools, it's going to be our friend for today. And the text comparison tool is going to be right at the top with the rest of these other tools. If it isn't by any chance, you can always go to passage, the heading passage, and it's going to be the last one in the list. So let's click it. All right, so it opens it opens up this text comparison tool or view. And as you can see, we can choose what kind of text we want to import. We have a list of translations and some other features that we'll get into here in a moment. So as we could see, we've chosen Proverbs 17:24 to be our text for today, and the three different translations that correlate to that text. Um, what if you don't want to use maybe perhaps these versions or these translations? Well, if you go in this list right here, it's going to show you the resources that you have chosen. Now, let's go through and make our own list. I'm going to uncomment these, and I'm going to make a new list and say I'm going to choose NASB. I'm going to go back and just go through the same thing for each one of these. ESV is going to be one of them. Whoops. NLT, it's a good one. NIV, and let's do King James. All right, so to remove that, you can see the list of resources that I've chosen. If you choose to, you can always save them and use them for later. As you can see, I have a few saved ones here for this feature. But since I already have them saved, I'm just going to click out of that search or that filter. And as you can see, we have different translations here. What's super neat is you can see the differences in each one of them. If you want to look at a deeper view within the differences, you click this A right here and it shows you the differences. Now, what's super neat about this is this applies great within seminary. I mean, I assume some of you have been in hermeneutics or are currently in the hermeneutics class. Something that we learned within that class is dynamic equivalence and formal equivalence. So a word for word translation as opposed to a thought for thought translation. Now, NASB is a very formal translation. It's very word for word. That's why I chose that one first. And I think this is a good maybe flow to look at as we examine different texts and different translations. Now, as opposed to NASB, we have NLT and NIV, as you could tell. They're higher in the different spectrum. And they're more of a thought for thought translation. So that really helps on that facet. As you look at these, you can also examine the word, or you can look at the difference in regards to the base text itself. So it's also very helpful. Now, how does this apply in potentially a ministry setting? I mean, let's look at another text. Let's look at 1 Samuel. Whoops. 1 Samuel 28:13. And we're going to look at the spirit and how each translation differentiates. So if you look at NASB, the word, I'm just going to do this one right here. There we go. If we look at divine beings, what is divine being? Divine being in ESV is referred to God. In other ones, ghostly figure. In other translations, it's God's ascending. So it's really interesting to see how the different translations apply. And so it really kind of helps you identify the direction you want to go as a pastor or a teacher as you're going through this text. One more thing I want to touch on is the interlinear spectrum or the interlinear view. It basically shows us the differences that occur and surfaces the full range of meanings for any original term. I hope this is helpful and has allowed you to look at translations in a different view.